So today's going to be a really short video, and you probably notice I'm a bit quiet, and that's because I'm babysitting and I would really not like to wake her up considering it took 2 hours to put her to bed. Okay. But yes, so I was feeling really unwell yesterday, which is why I didn't record anything for day 6. But the good thing is day 6 and day 7 we're basically kind of covering the same thing. Day 6, we were meant to look at any challenges and any breakthroughs that I've encountered in the first week. And then day 7, which is today, is basically meant to be a roundup. So just a weekly recap, which we're meant to do every week, saying, how's the word count going? Am I close? Just a progress check. And so we're just going to wrap it all up. So breakthroughs, challenges. Let's start with the negative. In terms of challenges, one of the challenges I faced throughout this entire year is my motivation, I would say. I've been in a terrible writing slump this year. I haven't been able to really write or make much progress with any of my work for the entire year. And I still kind of face this challenge this week. Like, it was really just an up and down of motivation. Do I want to write? What do I write? Like, it was really hard for a lot of this week. But the breakthrough in that is that today, if anything, like, yes, at some points in the week I felt more motivated because I was just telling myself, just keep writing, just keep writing. It was literally a case of Dory became Shelley, just keep swimming became just keep writing. I just told myself, even if it sounds like crap, just keep writing. And even that was hard, but I still pushed myself to do it. But today, in forcing myself to do that, there was a spark. And while that spark meant, okay, I'm once again changing the trajectory of my story, and I'm changing the details, changing rules, and it's kind of like blowing my mind that I'm changing so much, I'm also really happy because with this change in trajectory and changing in details and changing in storyline, I actually have more of my story. I actually have a better idea of where the story should go and where it will lead to, because truly, yes, I had an outline and a plot, but the end is still up in the air. I will say that it's still the case right now, but I feel like that's a great breakthrough because I was just like, oh my goodness, wouldn't this be better if this happened instead? And wouldn't this make more sense to the plot? And wouldn't this make more sense to the actual point of the story if this happened and that happened? And all of this was just flowing. And it's been a while since I've really felt that burst of inspiration. And so I was really grateful for that. And with that burst of inspiration, I started writing. Now, the really difficult bit about this is that, once again, a 9-to-5 babe, right? And I'm on deadline. And the inspiration, I kid you not, hit me during lunch today. And I said, so I started like writing and changing up things, but then lunch had to end. And so it was just a case of, okay, Shelley, just make these notes down so that after work, you can get it on and pop in. After work, you can just continue on in your writing. Now, I still have my notes. I haven't actually continued on my writing because my little niece came and babysat the minute work finished, essentially. But she's down for her bedtime, and after this video, I'm going to continue on jigga. So in terms of progress, because we've seen the challenges, we've seen the breakthroughs. In terms of progress, before we go into progress, one breakthrough that I not really seen, but it's a breakthrough in just this whole series alone, is that if you watch the first video, you kind of hear me say, oh, I'm writing a book, kind of, because I don't know if it will ever go anywhere, if it will ever be released, if I will ever release it. And that's that imposter syndrome, because I almost never speak about my writing. Very few people in my personal life, I would say, who I encounter regularly actually know that I properly write seriously, in terms of like I've written stories and I have so much in the back burner. It's been getting announced more by people, kind of like spurring me on and pushing me, and you need that push sometimes. But if it's up to me, I would have never said anything. No one needs to know anything about Shelley's writing. And even this challenge that I am making regular videos proclaiming that I write and I'm writing a story and I've written stories and maybe one day those stories will go somewhere. I think the fact that I'm actually saying that out loud, and not just out loud, but to a screen that's going to be posted and hundreds of people might see it, that is a breakthrough for me because honestly, I remember telling myself, even if I ever publish anything I write, I will write it under a pseudonym. I probably might still do that. The imposter syndrome is very much real. But yeah, being able to feel more comfortable speaking out about my writing, I think that's a breakthrough, a personal breakthrough, but a breakthrough nonetheless. Now let's go on to the progress that we've made this week. Like I said, this week, the writing slump was still slumping, and so didn't get much words. When it comes to my word count, this is meant to be what, 50,000 word challenge for the month, guys. Because it's a story that I already had that I'm continuing. It's not like, oh, I started from 0 and I can track that word count. I kind of just have an estimation of what the word count should be at the end if I actually do achieve the 50,000 because I knew where I started. Let's just say we're not far. We have 3 weeks left, and I have about 48,000 and change words to write. So not much progress, but with the breakthroughs that I've encountered, I'm hoping that I will get further on with that because at least I hit 44,000 and something today. And I'm hoping that next week, if we're really on it, we can really get to like 60,000. But at least the goal for the end of this week, I'm hoping I can get to 45,000. I really just want to keep that momentum of that inspiration going and get me all the way to the end. Remember, guys, progress, not perfection. So even if I do not get those 50,000 words, I've made progress and I'm doing more and I'm writing more and I'm even speaking more about my writing. And that in itself is an accomplishment. So word progress, not that much, but outline, that's made some progress as well. The plot has made some progress. Yes, I've changed quite a lot, but I am happy that I've made progress in terms of knowing where I'm finna go with this entire story. And yeah, so I'm really, really happy with that. So let me know, guys, in honor of doing day 6 and day 7, let me know what have been your challenges and your breakthroughs so far for the first week. And also, how is your progress going? We're basically a week in, but you know what? That don't mean nothing. We've still got a bunch of days and a bunch of weeks to keep going. And even when November ends, that doesn't mean we're going to stop. We're going to keep writing. But for this challenge of the month that we're doing, let me know, how are you guys faring? How are you guys getting on? How are you feeling as well? Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow by God's grace. Bye.